Alright, good morning everybody. Here we go yet again. As you can see, I've got trusty coffee with me, which means this video might be a bit on my normal long side. With that said, I got a few things to go on. First thing I'm going to hit is the classic double standard that we seem to be forced to have to endure today, as well as a bit of just utter ridiculousness. Now, first off, I'm going to hit on the ridiculousness. The ridiculousness is that there's still this very strong and firm belief that there are more than two genders within the human race, and to a very rough extent, people who believe this are not entirely wrong. But they're not entirely right either. There is a very, and I'm emphasizing very because it's so remote and hardly ever happens that it almost doesn't even qualify, but because this small group is in existence, we have to acknowledge it. And it's not that we're being forced to acknowledge it, it's that it is there. And I'm going to be the first one to say that if you show me something is real, I will acknowledge it as being real. However, if you present me with something that's just based upon your feelings with no facts to follow it or back it up, you be prepared, you might get some argument out of it. Now, that group that I spoke of, hermaphrodites. Now, I understand that there's a whole separate label that they wish to be called, and if anybody fits this category and is watching this and gets offended, I do sincerely apologize. The accepted term right now, or the preferred term right now, I can't think of it at the moment, and the term hermaphrodite is something that most everybody is familiar with, so don't drag me out by my toes and hang me upside down just yet. I'm not using that term to offend anybody. Just, it's the one I'm familiar with at this moment in time. Now, the other groups, of course, being men, women, boys, girls, male, female. I usually throw out the term male, female, but I figured I'd throw the other term out just for a lack of confusion, because it's not to say that, everybody's an idiot, but some idiots have stumbled upon my channel, and as such, I've gotten some pushback because of it. I dealt with that in a previous video. We're not covering that. In any case, I got in an argument with a female friend of mine, good lady, nice lady, who tried to tell me that, yes, a man or a woman can change from their original sex to be the opposite sex. And I asked her, well, how is that possible then? How does one do this? Her response was expected. Well, you go through the transgender surgery. And I said, no, that if a man goes through transgender surgery, it does not make him a woman. If a woman goes through transgender surgery, it does not, in fact, make her a man. It doesn't happen. The only way that you're going to accomplish this is if we develop some sort of medical procedure that will completely rewrite the person's genetic makeup, DNA. It's the only way. You have to literally change those chromosomes over to be the desired sex. And as it is right now, we are, to my knowledge, we are incapable of doing so. We're not capable of doing it. If there is a procedure out there to do it, it's probably so expensive right now that the average person who would want to do it wouldn't even be able to think to afford it. So, that takes that out right there. Well, the next argument I get, and this wasn't from my friend, but it's just from arguments that I've gotten before, the next argument that I get is, well, don't you think it's wrong that, people are assigned their gender at birth? Well, my response is, well, what do you mean assigned? I can see getting assigned a project to do at work or a task, or, at school you get assigned homework or, a project, something like that. But what do you mean by assigned? Well, a baby's born, the doctor, looks at their genitals and then assigns them their gender based upon that. And my response is always this. No, the doctor is not assigning them the gender. The doctor is saying what their gender is. A doctor doesn't look at a baby girl who, has the female genitalia, says, I don't feel like calling this a baby girl. I'm going to assign her the gender of male. Sir, ma'am, congratulations, you have a beautiful baby boy. Hands the baby over, and any parent in the right frame of mind would look at their child and say, no, this is a girl. Doc, why do you say it's a boy? Well, I feel like assigning the child the gender of male. Okay, I respect your feelings on this, but no. That's it's not a boy, Doc, it's a girl. Sorry. It's just how it is. Well, no, it's labeling the child as such, and therefore it's making the child feel like they're forced to have to live a particular lifestyle because of how they were labeled and assigned. No, it doesn't. That's not it at all. Let me break this down a little bit. A boy who is born a boy, one, he's got 3 things going for him that lead to him being a boy. He has a penis. He has 2 testicles. Or hopefully he has 2 testicles. Still, he's got that. Doesn't have any female genitalia. If he did, he'd be labeled as hermaphrodite. But let's just, for the sake of argument, say that he doesn't. It's not that we as people are assigning him the gender. It's that he's a boy. God has created him as a human male. That's it. We didn't assign it. It was assigned while he was still in the womb. We had nothing to do with it. We're simply saying how it is. Well, now comes the next argument that I get. Hopefully it kind of dampened that previous one. Now comes the next one. Well, I'm a man, but I don't feel like I was supposed to be a man. I don't feel like I am a man. I feel like I was supposed to be a woman. And therefore, that's how I'm going to represent and present myself. That's the lifestyle I'm going to choose to live. And if you come up to me and you say that's how you feel, and that's the lifestyle that you want to live, I'm going to tell you, you know what? If that's what you feel that you want to do, and that's how you feel you need to get through with life, more power to you. Do it. Go for it. There is nothing wrong with you feeling that way and wanting to live that way. Nothing wrong with it. I might not agree with it, but if that's what you feel you have to do it. Here's where the problem comes up. The problem comes when you say this. Well, I feel like I was supposed to be a woman, or I feel like I'm a woman. And because I feel this way, and because this is the lifestyle that I choose to live, you, in turn, must also acknowledge me as such. To those people, I say, No. No, I must not. No, I do not have to. And no, I will not. No, I won't. I won't. And I've been fooled once before. I'll be the first one to admit, I've been fooled once before. There are some pretty crafty ones out there. There are some pretty good ones out there. You know? Hey, happens to some of the best of us, and I am by far not one of the best of us, but it happens. In any case, no. I am not going to indulge you to the point of sacrificing my own values as well as what I know to be true and what is not true. If you're a woman and you come up to me and you tell me you're a man and that I must acknowledge that you're a man, I'm going to say, no, nope, I'm sorry, you're not. I understand you feel that way, but you're not. It's just how it is. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, but sorry, you're not. Actually, I'm not even sorry about it, just it's how it is. And then we stumble upon the other great thing of gender equality. First off, the genders are not created equally. They're not. Nope, they're not. There are some similarities, and there are some things that women can do just as well as men, and there are some things that men can do just as well as women, and then there are some things that men do better than women and that women do better than men. You know, again, it's how it is. First off, and this is not me being sexist or anything like that, so before anybody jumps off, oh, he's being sexist. No. No, I'm not. I'm going off from statistics. I'm going off from facts. I'm going off from everyday, real-life application. So, first off, men are, as a gender, the human male is stronger than the human female. Are there exceptions here and there? Sure. There are some women that are 10 times stronger than I am. They've devoted their life to bodybuilding or whatever the case may be. You know, they're just, it's how they are. But you take an Olympic gold medalist, female weightlifter. Sure, she can lift a ridiculous amount of weight, and I applaud her. It's a lot of commitment, it's a lot of dedication, it's a lot of hard work. And as an athlete, I know it's a lot of hard work. It's not easy, it's a lot of sacrifice. But now you take an Olympic male weightlifter. He's going to be able to lift at least 2 times what she can. And it's not because he's put in more time in the gym or because he's sacrificed more or he's more dedicated to it. No, it's because the human body of a man is designed to be stronger than a woman. Yeah, it's how it is. Now, let's go to a separate category altogether. Raising kids. On average, the human female is better suited, and better equipped and adapted to caring for, nurturing, and devoting the time to rearing children. That's not to say anything bad about men. There are some phenomenal male fathers. My brother is one of them. Hats off to you, man. Sometimes I don't know how you do it, but you do a phenomenal job with your kids. And then, there are some women where I look at them and go, holy cow, how in the world is it acceptable that you are raising those children? And vice versa, I look at some and say, those kids couldn't ask for a better mother. But, women seem to be happier and more in their element when they're around and raising kids. men seem to be more adept to going to work, taking the time, making sure that the hours are put in to be able to financially provide what is needed for the kids, for the family. It's kind of been I don't want to use the term gender role because it's nowadays it really seems to go either way. There's some women that thrive being at work as opposed to being at home, and there's some men that would much rather be at home than at work. But it really does seem to fit more as a gender role. Now, again, I'm not trying to be sexist or anything like that, so don't drag me out and shoot me. Just it's been my general observation. So, now we're going to go into the double standard. I know, I'm already 15 minutes into this. I'm going to try not to go over 25. So, the double standard. There seems to be a gross misconception that women aren't getting paid as much as men in the workplace because they're women. And I know anybody who's been watching YouTube and keeping up with politics, watching the news here and there, you're looking at saying, dude, God, man, this is an old subject, come on. It's an old subject that keeps getting brought around and around and around, therefore I'm going to hit on it a little bit. First off, ladies, if I owned a septic cleaning company, yep, you open up a septic tank that's full of human waste, crap, urine, whatnot. Pretty nasty job. I'm going to pay the minimum wage up here right now, I think is $10 an hour. We're just going to use $10 as a baseline. Ladies, if you decide you're going to take that job, starting pay, I'm going to pay you $10 an hour. Gentlemen, if you want to sign on to Zen and Septic Cleaning Company, which no, does not exist, but just for the sake of it, if you're going to sign on to this cleaning company, and, you're a hard worker and you got great work history and whatnot, guess what? I'm going to start you off, gentlemen, at a great deal of $10 an hour. Now, ladies, let's say that after 6-7 months, you're doing a phenomenal job at cleaning those septic tanks. Inspectors go in and they can't even find residual residue that this septic tank had ever been used. I might give you a raise, $10.75, maybe $11 an hour, because you're putting forth a lot of effort. You're going that extra mile to make sure that is a clean septic tank. Gentlemen, let's say, after 6-7 months, you're doing a phenomenal job of cleaning. The septic tanks look good. Might find a little bit here and there, but you're doing a good job. I might give you 25 extra cents, something like that. Now wait a minute. You're giving her now $11 and you're only giving me 25 cents. Why? Because she's putting forth more effort. She's putting forth more work. Put forth the extra effort, you might get a little extra. Now then, ladies, let's say you join the police force. You're out on patrol, and you've been doing patrol for quite a while. And then there's a guy who comes in the police force. He's got military background. He did recon. Let's say he did Marine Corps, Force Recon. He applies for SWAT. You know what? He's going to run through that academy. He's going to run through that training program. The odds are pretty good he's going to get SWAT. Now guess what? He's going to be paid considerably more for doing SWAT than you are for doing basic patrol. It's not because he's a man. It's not because he's a woman. It's because when there's a shootout or there's a heist bank robbery where people are inside and they're shooting people and we need to send in specially trained people to take care of this, Therefore, he gets the call to go in, whereas you get the call to hold perimeter security. Guess what? His life is at far more risk than yours is. Why? Yes, you are keeping people out, and you're hopefully keeping people from getting out. But he's going in to face that threat head on. He's got more training with particular weaponry. He's probably got a little bit of demolition under his belt. He's got to carry more gear than you do. He's got to do far more than you do. You know, it's not that we're not treating you fairly within the capacity of your workload. In fact, we're treating you very fairly. He's doing more. He's putting more at risk. There's more at stake with him. Therefore, yes, he's going to be compensated fairly for it. If the roles were reversed, guess what? You would be compensated fairly for it. You would be getting more than him. But because, as a general rule, men tend to lean more toward that type of stuff as opposed to women, and there are some adrenaline junkie women out there that, you know, they're crazy enough to do it, and that's not to say that, oh, it's just because they're adrenaline junkies. No, I mean, you got to be a fair adrenaline junkie to do the stuff that you do, guys. You know, I'm saying that about men too. So, you know, but then we go to the flip side of this. There's another flip side of this. This example I saw on YouTube, you can YouTube it, where there was a woman at a beach who was a fair bit intoxicated. She had open containers on the beach, which you're not allowed to do. Some people called and made complaints about her because I guess she was getting loud or whatever the case may be. She was confronted by police. And she was immediately combative with them. She didn't start off physically combative. She was very verbally, just rude with them. They were asking her simple questions, and it was, F you, you have no right to badger me, and, go F yourself, and blah, 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 blah. Finally got to the point to where she physically shoved one of the officers. And I don't mean, she was backing up, the officer got too close, and she put her hands up and pushed him away. Oh, no. She came right forward and shoved. Oh, yes, just like that. Right forward and shoved. She was the aggressor. That police officer was very calm. He was very polite. And I'm saying this because all of this was on his body cam, which got released to the public. He was very calm. He was very polite. He was very respectful. Until she put hands on him. At that point there, and you can see this all in the body cam video, he grabbed her by the hair, forced her to the ground. She continued to fight him to the point where he even punched her a few times, just like he would a man. And you know what? Good for him. She deserved it, in my opinion. And the whole time she's screaming, she's complaining, "You can't hit me like this. It doesn't matter if I'm fighting back. You can't do this because I'm a woman." You're probably the same type of woman that screams for gender equality. Well, guess what? How did you like your taste of gender equality? How did you like it? I'm guessing by the silence you didn't like it very much. Tough tookie. You want to step up and you want to come at a guy like a... You want to step up and come at a man like a man? You know what? In my opinion, be prepared to be treated like one. If you want to scream for gender equality, then don't be surprised when you start getting treated the way that you want to be treated. But here's the thing, it's not how you want to be treated. You want all the benefits and everything that come with it, but when that flip side of that coin comes, oh, you don't want any part of that. Oh, no. Nope. All right. So I got a couple minutes left. Like I said, I want to cut this off at 25 minutes. So a couple minutes left. Antifa. There's a new law, new bill that's being proposed that's going to make it illegal for, and this is targeted specifically for Antifa members. In fact, it's actually stated in the name of the bill. It's proposed to make illegal for members to riot, cause public discourse and whatnot, while wearing masks, while employing their favorite tactic of black bloc. Now, the reason why they employ this is because if everybody's dressed the same and you can't see their faces, it's very hard to pinpoint who individually is committing crimes. And Antifa loves to do this because when they riot, they like to physically assault people. Eric Clapton, Carlton, the bike lock guy, cracked a person in the head with a bike lock. Through much investigation by the public, it was determined as to who he was, and he was arrested. But they like to do that. They like to break stuff, smash windows, burn cars, and whatnot, because they're all dressed the same, you can't see their faces, the odds are pretty good they're going to get away with it. Well, now it's being proposed that there is a law put into place to make that illegal. Good. As far as I'm concerned, the more things that make it difficult for Antifa to operate, the better. After all, they're already labeled as a terrorist group. Let's actually start cracking down and getting these people behind bars. Next video, I'll go into more detail, but that's me for the day.